Hi everyone, today we take a look at how the Morningstar MC6 MIDI controller can be used to expand the capabilities of the Line 6 HX Stomp. So this is something you guys have been requesting for quite a while, and yeah, we're finally gonna do it today. Today we're gonna take a look at three main MIDI features: block bypass, preset selection, and parameter control. So first off, we're gonna show you how we can use the MC6 to control individual blocks on the HX Stomp. Now the HX Stomp, it's only got 3 switches, and one of which is dedicated to tap or tuner, usually, and that leaves you with just 2 switches to control 6 blocks. So it's definitely not ideal, and not taking advantage of the full potential of the HX Stomp. Now we go on to the MC6, you can see everything's been programmed nicely here. We have compressor, boost, overdrive, distortion, delay, reverb, and so on. And they all correspond to the individual effects blocks we have here in this preset, which we've named Morningstar. Straight off the bat, you see I'm controlling the first block, which is the compressor, and then boost, and then everything else. So immediately, full control over every single effects block on the HX Stomp. Now we're going to show you how we program the MC6 to send a simple CC message so that you can assign all your switches to all the individual blocks.
Once you've connected your MC6, make sure you enter edit mode. Clicking this button here will show your device model. And then press the switch that you want to edit, which in this case is switch A in bank 1. And it'll show the bank name here. We've already named this bank block bypass HX Stomp. And first things first, make sure the switch is in toggle mode. That toggle is on so that we can alternate between 2 different messages each time we press the switch. This switch is going to control the compressor on the HX Stomp, and we're going to name this compressor off. And for the toggle name, which is the name of the switch in toggle position 2, this is going to be comp on. Right, this way it'll show the current state of the compressor block on the HX Stomp. Now for action, we're going to choose a press action for message 1, and it's going to be a control change message. In this case, we're going to use CC number 11. It's one of the available CC numbers that's not used on the HX Stomp. And we're going to set a value of 127 to switch the compressor on. Right, and then moving on to message number 2, we're going to use press as well, and it's going to be control change. The same CC number, it's going to control the same block, that's why, and we're going to send a CC value of 0, that way it'll switch the compressor off. Now this is important to make sure it's set to position 2, so that this is the message 2 will be sent the second time you press the switch, and then the first time you press it, it's going to be message 1, it's just going to go back and forth between these 2 messages. Right, and then we're all done, just press save preset, and we're good to go.
So on the HX Stomp, they have something they call Learn Mode, and this is an extremely convenient feature to have. So if I were to say I select this compressor here and want to assign it, I'll just go to bypass assign and then MIDI learn. So once I hit this, any incoming CC message from a MIDI controller will be assigned to engage or bypass that particular block. So if I send this, see, it's learned, and then it's done. This can be done for all the other blocks, and it's just really easy. Other than just looking at the HX Stomp to see whether a block is on or off, you can see whether it's lit here. You can also look at the MC6. It'll show you the current state of the block. So if it's off, it shows that the compressor is off, and when it's on, it'll tell you it's on. Next up, we're going to take a look at preset control using the MC6 to recall presets on the HX Stomp. So on the HX Stomp, as you know, you can use these 2 switches to scroll through presets, which is just alright, or you can have 3 presets here in a bank that you can just select at any time. Now that's alright, but if you want to jump from a preset in one bank to a preset in another bank, or have a mixture of presets from different banks all immediately available on one page, it's not going to be able to do that. So that's where the MC6 comes in. Now in this bank, we have pre-programmed all the switches to recall presets on the HX Stomp. And these are all presets from different banks, just to show you that you're not limited to having presets from the same bank only at your feet. These are presets all over the place from different banks. So if I press, say, Mod Squad, I'll be calling up a preset from bank 2, 2A, and bank 3, 5, 1, 5. Let's show you how it's done.
Okay, now we'll show you how we're going to program a switch to recall the mod squad preset on the HX Stomp. In this case, we're going to be using switch B on bank number 2, so just press that and it'll show up here on the editor. Now this is a bit different. Toggle will be off on this one because we are going to send a program change message. To just recall the preset, we don't need it to toggle between two messages. And we're going to name this one mod squad. Yep, and we don't need a toggle name because toggle is off. And for the message, we're going to choose a press action, and in this case, we're going to use a program change message, and we're going to send PC number 3, which is what was shown on the HX screen just now, which is why we're going to use PC number 3 because that calls up the mod squad preset. And that's it. Save, and we are good to go.
Assigning switches to recall presets on the HX Stomp couldn't be easier. On the HX Stomp, if you are in play mode, you just hit the top knob. It shows you a list of all the presets that are in the HX Stomp. And if you scroll through, you can see in the bottom right corner over here, it shows you the PC number, the program change message, that will recall this preset. For example, just now we programmed the switch to be mod squad. So we just need to see mod squad over here, and it's PC003. So that is why we programmed the switch to send PC message 3 to the HX Stomp. And there you have it. Now, when you hit switch B on the MC6, you call up mod squad. There you have it. Easy peasy. And we've gone and done the same for other presets as well. We now come to the third and final MIDI function that we're going to show you today on the MC6 and the HX Stomp, and that is parameter control. Right now we're back in the bank that was used to control the individual blocks on the HX Stomp. But as you can see, we've now changed switch F to show reverb mix. Reverb at 30% mix level, and it's the same on the HX Stomp. When I hit the switch, it shows 80% and 80% here. You can toggle between that. So if you're in a band and you're playing lines that don't need so much reverb, then you just leave it at 30%. But when you get into like a breakdown or an atmospheric part, you just hit this and you're at 80%, and when you exit, back down at 30. That simple. Now let's show you how it's done.
Back to the editor, we're going to show you how to program the MC6 to control the reverb mix on the HX Stomp. We're going to use switch F in bank 1 for this example.
Same thing here, we select the empty switch we want to program on the MC6, and it shows up on the editor.
As you can see, everything is empty. Now first things first, we're going to switch toggle on for this switch so that we can toggle between 30% and 80% reverb mix. We're going to name the switch RVB, and this one's going to be 30%, and then the toggle name, the toggle state, it's going to be RVB 80%. That way it will show the current state of the reverb mix on the HX Stomp. And for the action, we're going to choose press, same control change message. In this example, we are going to use CC number 16. And now this is how you calculate the value, CC value, if you want to get 80%. So it's quite simple. What you got to do is just use 80% times 127. That's the maximum CC value that can be sent. So it's 80% multiplied by 127, which gives you 101. So when you send a value of 101, you're actually sending an 80% reverb mix setting. And now for the second one, we're going to use a press action also, control change, and it's going to be the same CC number because we are controlling the same parameter. And then we're going to use a value of 38, and the same way that we get this for 30% of 127, it's 38. Yeah, so a little bit of math there. And this way we'll be setting the reverb mix to 30% on the HX Stomp. Now an important part, make sure this is in toggle position 2 so that we send the second message the second time you press the switch, and the first time you're going to send the first one, and we'll just toggle between these two when we step on the switch. So that's it. Save preset. Good to go.
Okay, once that's done, all you gotta do is scroll to the block that you want to control, which is the Hall reverb on the HX Stomp, and page down to the parameter you want to control, which is the reverb mix, and hold down the knob that corresponds to it. Then page down, go to MIDI learn, and send a message from the MC6, and you're done. Now in play mode, you can see that we can toggle between 30 and 80% reverb mix. And with that, we've come to the end of today's tutorial on how to use the Morningstar MC6 MIDI controller with the Line 6 HX Stomp. They're both really powerful devices, and we hope you guys have benefited from today's session, and we'll see you in the next one.